Well, I'm sorry. I didn't bring anything to talk about
Me neither.
Oh, we're just freeballing this
Just
shit?
raw dogging it. Just freeballing this shit.
Yeah. Okay. So what should we start? Are we rolling?
Yeah, let's roll.
Let's roll.
What's up, guys?
What's up, playa?
What's up, play? How's it going?
You know, it's going for
It's
show.
going.
For show. It's Tuesday,
Facts.
February the 1st, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's
Is it the
February
1st?
1st.
It's, yep.
And we did this on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Today's a special day.
today is very special. Our first episode together was episode 6. This is episode 9 of
You
the
know
Barely
what
Wise
that means.
podcast. We did episode 6, 9. So thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Of
This
course.
is the best. I enjoy this, and I'm
You
happy to be
feeling
here.
good? Good.
feel pretty good. Yep.
Good. So yeah, I woke up at 2:30 today, and I saw your text that was like 3:30 sound good? And I was like, yeah, it sounds good. So I apologize for the lateness. It is 4:23 now. 4:20?
I feel like the universe is giving us all kinds of signs right now.
Yeah, like 423.
423.
You know what that
is-
means?
What does that
It's a
add?
special number. That means the
9.
Lord. Yeah.
4 plus 2 plus 3 is 9.
6-9?
6, 9.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. There's something in my eye.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even stress it. So, what did you do today?
Okay. Today I really didn't sleep last night, like at
Yeah.
all.
Good.
And then so I did end up falling asleep around 6:30 this morning.
Really?
Slept for about 2 hours.
Good.
Got up after that and just kind of.
Have you had any off time with work? Or
Yeah.
anything like that? That's nice.
They I called yesterday. I texted my boss. I was like, hey, whenever it's convenient for you, please just give me a call. And then he called me shortly after, and I was like, hey, I have this news to share, and I was just wondering if I could maybe come in a little late today. And he was like, are you kidding me? Please don't come in. He's like, take the day off, take the whole week off, like whatever you need.
Really?
I was like, okay, well, I'll probably still pull up and get my paycheck.
So he
but,
gave
yeah.
you the whole week off?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable letting?
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have to.
No. The listeners want to know.
Yeah, the listeners want to know what the sitch is.
Okay, the sitch is my dad was murdered on Monday morning, in the middle of the night, but like 2 o'clock in the morning. We don't really have much information. It's an active investigation right now, but it's been pretty tough for myself and my family and everyone involved.
Can't imagine.
Yep.
It sounds like a joke when you said it, which I don't know if it's not a joke.
It's
like
this is
actually
100% serious.
fucked up.
Yeah. So hence
that's-
why I didn't sleep.
So sorry about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even feel right talking about it because I can't really experience what you're feeling.
No. I don't even know how to feel sometimes because it is a really bizarre situation. I didn't know him super well. Like he wasn't really an active part of my life for many years. I remember like my childhood probably until I was about my daughter's age, I want to say 6, but my timelines are awful.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't have any contact with him really for years. I was in high school. It was like this jump from like being a small child to high school before I talked with him again and like tried to not really build a relationship, but because it's still really awkward. Not awkward. It's really hard to explain. It's hard to process like everything because that side of my family I wasn't really allowed to see for many years. Hence why I didn't get to talk to him or even visit with my Nana or my aunts and uncles on that side of the family. And so I feel like when I first started getting back in touch with them, it was this like they were so sweet and so accepting and like, hey, like we love you, like we're so happy like that you're here now, like don't worry about anything, like obviously it wasn't your fault like that we didn't get to.
So they understood.
Oh yeah.
Good.
And they have been very, very warm and welcoming with me and my daughter, of course, and Ben. But it's for me as the child or the niece, the granddaughter, whatever. It feels like I'm talking with strangers a lot of times, but it's like I know I'm supposed to know these people, and I know I'm supposed to have a little bit more connection with them, but I don't, and I'm trying. But we all live really far away from each other. Like I live here in South Carolina. Most of them live in either North Carolina or Tennessee, and so when I get to visit, it's usually only at Thanksgiving. And then the last couple of years, I've had a really hard time even attending those events because of either financial reasons or car or transportation, whatever. And so there's a lot of like, I don't want to say regret because it's not like I could really control the situation, but there is a bit of that where I'm like, of course I feel bad. And I feel really bad that I didn't get to see him, at all. Like I've probably not physically seen him in a year. And we'd been communicating through Facebook Messenger a lot and almost weekly. And we were making plans for me to go up there and see them so he could give Zoe the dollhouse that he had hand built for me whenever I was younger. This was like the staple of my childhood. Like all I ever did was play with my Barbies and my brother's G.I. Joes, and they were just a happy little family, and that's like all I did. And even I had that dollhouse whenever he and my mom got divorced, and when we lived with my stepdad, and which I don't call him my stepdad, I call him dad just for the record. But just to keep things simple, I will refer to him as my stepdad. And that really, like, up until middle school, like I played with that thing every single day. And then whenever we moved to South Carolina, it got kind of put up in storage, and just I didn't see it for a long time. And it's like made out of actual wood, and the roof is like bed liner for a truck. Like it looks like a legit house. Yeah, it's awesome. And it's got like not actual windows, but it has holes, and it's got little window frames, and like a door that will open up and close, and a toilet that will open and close. Like it's legit, like the coolest thing. As soon as I get it back, I'll take lots of pictures and videos and stuff.
So is he like just handy?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
really handy.
He's very like creative, and even whenever he had spent some time and locked up, he was always like dwindling. What is it? Whenever you carve wood and into these little sculptures.
Shoot, I know what you're talking about, like carving.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was always doing that, and he's just always just very good with his hands. Like could make anything. And his professional job was a concrete finisher, and he was like the best in the biz. Like I don't really know anything about that stuff, but I hear it's super hard to get it right, and it's very hard labor.
I bet, because like it's super easy to get like I don't know, stains in the concrete before it finishes.
And to get it perfectly smooth, and like I'll have to find some. I don't know if you've ever been to Brevard, North Carolina.
It sounds familiar. I feel like I have.
That's like on the on the drive between South Carolina and going up to Asheville. It's like this little.
So is it sort of on the upstate of North Carolina, or
I would say it's like Western North Carolina,
like south.
It's more south.
Gotcha.
It's really right over the border. There's like at least as much as I know, it goes like Flat Rock, and then Brevard, Skyland, and then Asheville. At least taking like 26 up to Asheville, and there's a super fancy looking McDonald's in the middle of that town, and he did the work on that. Like there's lots of places we could visit that I could be like, hey, my dad did that.
Really?
Yeah. So
holy crap, that cool. Is so cool. Yeah, that sounds so cool. He might, because he sounds like, just from you talking, you got a lot of your creativity from him.
Most definitely.
With his hands and everything.
Really, like the Mosley side of the family are all like, some are artists and some are artists in their own sense, not like painting, but I'll pull up my, one of my aunt's accounts. She has an account called Half Moon Hollow Design, and she will get furniture like from thrift stores or whatever, like get these really nice pieces of furniture, and she will hand carve and do like, so this one she did all the finishing. She painted it, did all the I'll show the camera too. Hold on, let's get back to the main. Anywho, sorry. Like this right here. I don't know if
there it is.
Clear. Yeah. She's great. And then I've got another aunt that is very good with painting. I don't know that she has an account or anything, but I've seen some of her work, and she's really, really good.
Yeah. Wow. So you got a lot of that creativity.
Yep.
So what's your latest creation? I saw what you did last night.
Sorry, Ben. I was not in a good place, and it maybe put a hole in one of our walls.
It happens.
To shove it
Oh my god.
I don't know. I really can't see it from.
Yeah, I can see it.
Is it bruised?
Yeah. It's got a nice little welt.
Cool. It's pretty cool. Latest creation. Let me show you. I'm
Oh,
working
yeah.
on something. This one's actually super sentimental.
Oh,
I've not
get a good look at it. I want to see it.
Okay, so this is just a sketch. This is as far as I've gotten with it, but it's gonna be like a weeping willow, and these are bloodhounds, because my dad and my granddad, who died, I can't remember the year, but I guess it was 2014, because my daughter was born on the day that he died, like exactly a year later.
Oh my god.
June 18th.
Yeah.
But they were both into hunting, and they loved raccoons, and they loved hound dogs, and they loved just the Tennessee Volunteers. Like that's it. Like that's so much. They just love it. And so I'm making this. This is like a tribute of both of them.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to. I started it on like a canvas paper, and I was gonna just finish it on there, and then just make a copy of it, like totally do another hand-drawn one, but I was like, that would take a lot of time, and I don't really have a lot of time, because I want this to be a gift to like my stepmom and my nana and my brother and everyone. So I think I took a picture of it.
Love that. Yeah.
And I'm tracing it on my iPad right now, so I can do a final copy on there and make prints of it, and hopefully get them framed. And
that
give
is
them to,
awesome.
I don't think I showed the camera this one.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the weeping willow tree and the bloodhounds, and
I love that.
Yep.
That is so nice. It's like that painting right there has very sentimental value. How would you explain it? It's like the galaxy. It's like space, but it has a shape we couldn't figure out what it's called.
I had this vision.
It's like a sphere or something like that.
Yeah, it was. For the love of God, we could not figure out what this shape was called. It's like a 3-dimensional shape. Yeah. And I was like, it's a triangle on both ends, but then it's like long, like a cylinder.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it's called.
So trippy.
And we couldn't figure it out. And then I was talking to a friend of mine from back in the day, and he was like, a triangular prism. I was like, oh my God.
Mr. Smarty Pants. He would know.
I'm like, what? He would know.
He would know.
But yeah, so I don't know. And that was when I was first getting really into painting again, because I will go in like waves. Like whenever I was a kid or like a teenager, like in school, I'd always doodle and I'd always sketch, but I would never like make like, paintings or art or anything.
You wouldn't really make projects or anything like that.
And I've always loved I like to work with my hands, and so like whenever I got my iPad, I was like, oh, this will be great. I'll do digital art. And then I'd bought my iPad, and my fiance bought me the Apple Pencil. And it's just like, it's a medium that I really don't feel like connected to. Like it doesn't feel real enough for me.
You don't feel like you're doing it with your hands.
It doesn't. Yeah. And it really doesn't feel like it's art to me. And I'm not saying that it's not art, because it is, but it just for me, it's not my chosen medium.
Does it feel like it's sort of cheating art? Like it's, I don't know, cheating the like creativity, because I'm sure, isn't it on your iPad you can sort of like fix the shapes and like if it's like a messed up circle you can fix it,
and you can totally like just crop it out and then move it to a different part of the picture,
which sort of like takes out the like, I don't know, realness of like your art that you draw on paper and stuff, because like the mistakes is part of the person. It takes away like the realness in a way. And
I like to just the feeling of like a paper, and I like to whenever I'm drawing, I'm always like, okay, moving it like this way, and then I'm drawing like this. And so it's like, I like
can't really do that with the iPad.
Yeah. Which you can, but it's so easy. You literally just use your fingers. But there's something about like just like looking like a croissant, like over top of the table, and just like doing it. So
yeah, it's, I don't know. It sounds fun though. It sounds like you can it takes like, there's more you can do on it than pencil, because it's like, I don't know, you get different tools in a way.
And I think too, I just was like balls to the wall, like just started just drawing whatever, and I was like so like overwhelmed with how much you really could do with it, because there's so much. I've got the app called Procreate. And it's like, it was a $10 purchase, like one-time purchase, and it comes with so many things, and you can like find videos. Like I follow an Instagram account that is called like Procreate Tips, and they have all these cool things,
Really?
and there's this beautiful art that people do with it. And it was just like, it was so much, I don't know, it's really cool. It really is cool, and I love to see the work that other people do, but just for me, it's not my chosen medium, and I think I will eventually get better with it, but I would like to pursue like my other stuff first, like and get really comfortable
paper
with that.
and everything. Yeah, that sounds fun though. It sounds beautiful.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So we were talking about Euphoria earlier.
Yes, which I have not seen.
It is so good. I'm sure I just wanted to talk about it because it's been like my latest obsession. It has Zendaya in it, and Zendaya is sort of like the narrator, because I'm only on season 1, like episode 4. So Zendaya is sort of like the narrator on everybody in the high school. It's like a teenage, but they get it like the realest of any show, because they always exaggerate how teenagers are. But this is pretty accurate. Of course, there are a lot of exaggerations. Like, not everybody is, snorting fentanyl and like banging every person in high school. But Zendaya is a drug addict, and it started off with like Oxycontin, and then she started like going up to Xans and like all that stuff. So it starts off with her relationship with her mom, because her mom never trusts her when she goes out to like not do drugs. And
what is her relationship like with her mom, like pre the drugs? Was it a good relationship?
It was a good relationship. Okay. It started because her dad died when she was 13 or something, and she was really close to her dad. And she started it because her dad was like on his bed, like barely able to breathe, and she gave him like his medicine, which was Oxycontin and a bunch of other stuff. She was curious, so she tried it, and that was like the start of her like. So when her dad died, she got even way more, because she sort of narrates like, and it's a really accurate representation of like drug users and like what makes addiction. Is she was at this party, she had done like so many different drugs, where she's at a point where like she doesn't feel anything, she's just like numb, and it's sort of like that's the point she wants to go to every time. And there was one scene where a drug dealer comes over, she goes to her drug dealer's place to get more stuff, and then another guy comes in, his name was Mouse, and gives her fentanyl for the first time.
And then what like killed Mac Miller?
Yeah, that's what they cut, like Percocets and Xans, because the point is for people who cut it is to give it more potency, like make it more powerful. So an Oxycontin or like a blue pill or anything like that, you put just a little bit. But the LD50, which is the lethal death rate for 50% of people, is 0.8 milligrams. So when you cut it with fentanyl and you go over 0.8 milligrams, like, you're going to kill them. And that's sort of how Mac Miller died. That's what she tried. So it's a scary drug, but it's such a great show because it shows different perspectives from each person. You have one girl who's, like, insecure and, like, doesn't feel like she's fit in. And then, this sex tape releases of her on Pornhub. She's, like, super... I don't know, she gets, like, super sad about it because he released it and she didn't even know he was recording, so you got, like, her thing. And then you got these different girls who, like, her boyfriend's cheating on her. You just get this whole dynamic of teenagers, but, like, you get to see what made them from their perspective. There's a guy, Nate, and he's, like, a jock. He, like, has really anger issues, but they go back to his childhood. And you get to see exactly, like, what made him. It's a really good show. I definitely recommend it.
I definitely want to check it out. Like, I've seen so many...
Everyone
has said that it's the best show.
It is. You get hooked. First episode, you get hooked. Because the first time I saw it, it was actually Sunday. I was at the twins' house, and there was a season premiere, or not season premiere, but like an episode premiere on Sunday. It was like episode 4 of season 2. And I watched that, and just that, I didn't even know what was going on, but like, you're like, holy shit, this is so good. So I'm going to send you the account information just so you can watch it.
Yes.
The first episode, you're going to get hooked because you see... There's gonna be a character. It's inevitable that there's gonna be a character that you're gonna relate to and be like, holy, like, I know what she's feeling. Like, you feel so empathetic and you get like almost angry. You get like your emotions into this because like, why are you making these choices? Like, why? It's just so good. But yeah, I recommend it.
I will definitely watch it. I'm trying to finish up Lucifer right now. Have you watched that on Netflix?
Yes,
you've seen it?
Yeah, I think I watched season 1. It's really good.
Okay, yeah, it's like, I have this hard time finishing shows. It was like when I watched The Office for the first time, how upset I got, like, whenever. I know everyone has always, everyone's seen it.
If you've not watched it by now, then, I don't know, you're
Spoiler
Either
alert.
hate it or you're living under a rock.
Yes. Spoiler alert. When Michael leaves the show, I was devastated. And then I was like, I can't go on. I can't finish this. I really can't do it. But I persevered. And it ended up being good. Like the
But not
last
as
seasons are
good,
good, but it just
season
feels
one to
like
season
something's
7.
missing.
Exactly.
And you just like are waiting for this to come back, and it never happens.
And it's just so upsetting because like you see different people take his place. Like when Will Ferrell came in, it's sort of like I love Will Ferrell, but this is the only show I've seen where I hate him. Like I don't know, it's
like the elf. The elf movie. He's like, you're an imposter. How can you live with yourself?
Yeah, exactly. You smell like burgers. Cheese. Yeah, what do you say? Yeah. So what's sort of your show of choice right now?
Lucifer. I'm really bad about watching TV. I will spend an entire day just scrolling through TikTok and feel no shame. But for whatever reason, I can't just sit down and like watch a show. It's like
there's only a few shows that I can do that, and Euphoria is one because I feel like me and you are a lot alike in the sense of like TV shows where we don't finish it and stuff. Euphoria is one where it's like,
gotta know what happens.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm sure you've seen 13 Reasons Why, right? It's
only
not
the
first season. Yeah, same here. It's not the same in the sense of like how dramatic it is, and it's not as sad. But in terms of like hooked, when you're hooked on the first episode, and you have to know. That's what Euphoria is like. It's like super addicting, and it's so. But this one is actually like really good and not super sad. It's just like you feel so related to the characters, and it's like when Michael Scott leaves, you're like, damn, like you get so invested in it.
Sucker punch.
Yeah, exactly. But I recommend it. It's super good.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to watch it. That's our show rec for the episode.
Yep. You have to watch it. If you haven't, report back to me.
Have you heard all the controversy surrounding Joe Rogan?
No,
not at all. It's not really him that caused the problem, but I just kept seeing little articles about it, but I didn't really I didn't.
Is it with
really
ivermectin or is it the person he brought in?
Someone he brought in, and then Neil Young, the singer, was like, "Hey,
I saw that. Okay,
you're promoting false information about COVID. If you don't."
And then they took Neil Young's stuff off Spotify.
From what I understand, Neil Young was like, if you don't take Joe Rogan off, I'm pulling my music. And they're like, well, he has way more subscribers than you. Fuck you.
We make so much more money off Joe Rogan. Fuck
He's got like 11 million faithful listeners per episode.
Exactly.
Stream like...
Yeah, so Neil Young has like a couple...
That's fine if you want to go. And so he pulled it.
Damn, really?
Yeah. But then Joe Rogan, I guess, released a statement saying that he's like, hey, that was not my intention. He's like, I bring people on the show that I think are interesting and have good points or interesting points of view, and I just want to talk. Like, it's literally just a conversation.
And if you see, he has so many. That dude will have what's his like Richard Dawkins, the like big atheist like philosopher. He had him on, and then he'll have a guy who's like proving Christianity exists, and then he'll have one of his episodes was RNA, like a doctor who made Pfizer. Like it was a guy who like made this, like the vaccines and stuff, and he's talking about the latest vaccine and it's like not working. He gets on all this like conspiracy, so he has these different people with like complete different perspectives. So I don't understand, like that's sort of his shtick, you know.
I feel like right now people are just like looking for reasons to be like pissed off and just looking for things to bitch about.
Exactly. It's oh my god, I was thinking about this today of talking about it on here. Have you been following the Sienna May stuff?
I don't think so. Just
really, it's all over TikTok. It's all over. Okay, let me remind you. And before I get into this, I want to say this is all alleged. I'm not on either side. This is all alleged. I can't say this happened, but this is the rumors. I want to talk about it, but I don't pick a side because you decide.
Understood.
Okay, so a couple months ago, videos released of Sienna May. This is Sienna May versus Jack Wright.
Okay.
So Sienna May, a video released of they were at a party, and Jack Wright allegedly was unconscious at the time. He was on the couch like this. His hand was over his friend's shoulder, and then Sienna May gets on top of him, and from the view it looks like she's touching his crotch, but he's unconscious and she's like making out with him. So his hand falls off, and everybody's saying that just shows he was conscious. She says he was conscious, but when his hand falls off, it looks like that's because he was passed out and his friend got up. Again, alleged. So that came out a couple months ago. Sienna May released a statement saying this is like, I unequivocally deny all the allegations that I did this to him. And then recently, this was like a week ago, maybe even sooner, Jack Wright finally, after all the months, released a full video on YouTube with the statement. It already has like 20 million views. And he goes over all the past months, how him and Sienna May like didn't like him, or no, Jack Wright didn't like her. He didn't see her like romantically, but then there's times where he'd be asleep in bed and she'd come in like butt naked, laying on top of him and like doing all this stuff to him, or how she would jump out of car to go back to see Jack Wright. Like how he was basically saying like she's crazy, like she did do this stuff to me. Like there was times where I was unconscious and she would like just straight up sexually assault me. So the whole thing is basically like Sienna May sexually assaulted Jack Wright, but like it's alleged. So I don't know if you have seen this stuff.
Okay, I have. The thing is, I feel like this is like that generation gap where it's like I'm aware of these like the hype house people. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Okay, like I know who they are, but I really don't know. I don't follow them. I don't.
Yeah. I didn't know I didn't even know this was going on until the video released, because it was on like the trending page. So I saw it, and once I saw it, I got like so invested. I was like, wait, who is this? Who's Sienna May? You get into all this and you're like, oh, I understand. And it's, I don't know, it makes you want to pick a side, because pretty much everyone's on Jack Wright's side. Like, yeah, she assaulted you. Yeah. And the way she's responding is this. I'm just gonna go psychological here. The way she's responding is making people psychologically like not like her. Like, if you're trying to get into people's brain and be like, hey, I'm sorry, but she comes back and she's so pissed off. She's like, I unequivocally deny this. This did not happen. Jack Wright. And she goes into this like tirade that makes people not like her. And she's also known as the body positivity on TikTok, but people really hate her because she's like faking. People say she's faking anorexia, where she'll do this like crying thing when she's eating. And then there's other videos of her like eating cake and like joking about it. And it's like, I don't know. People just don't like Sienna May.
Yeah,
you know?
I can understand why. I'm not saying I do or don't. I'm just saying I can understand.
I'm saying this is alleged. Please don't copyright me.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. And then have you followed the Britney Spears stuff?
Like her eyes on TikTok?
Her eyes?
There's like a TikTok trend with Britney's eyes. Have you seen that? Oh.
I was just talking about in general the conservatorship and all that.
Yes, where her sister had to like take care of her.
Yeah, and the fact that her sister's like, and I am not taking sides, but free Britney.
Free Britney.
But yeah, and Jamie Lynn Spears released a book on, I guess, Amazon, I think, that's like her side of the story, how she had nothing to do with the conservatorship and everyone's just attacking her, but like Britney herself is like, you're a piece of shit, you're a liar, like, and now
she's saying that to her own sister. Holy hell.
There's a bunch of drama around it, but yeah, it's
damn. Did you see the documentary on it? It's on Netflix. You should watch it. It's talking about why she got the conservatorship, and paparazzi would follow her. And here's the thing, again, this is alleged. I don't blame her. She was like huge at the time, and she couldn't go anywhere without people following her. And imagine you're having like a identity attack, or like an identity existential dread, or whatever it's called, and everybody in the world is like following you, taking pictures of you. And so I think it was showing how like she was in her car and like chasing, like the paparazzi was chasing her, and she's like going in between cars, like driving super recklessly. And I think that was sort of, it was those points where people like, you've lost control of yourself, which sucks, because it's like, you can't blame her, but how can you?
We blame society, or we should be blaming society, but they blame the individual.
Exactly. And it's like any person in her shoes, I can't imagine. There's so many people who do the same thing.
Did you watch the Black Mirror episode with Miley Cyrus in it?
Yes.
That's what that reminds me of.
Really?
Very much so. Yeah, for the most part. You know, the Black Mirror's
I love Black Mirror so much. Yeah, it is wild.
But yeah, that specific episode with Miley Cyrus was very similar to that situation.
Yes, it's crazy. Miley Cyrus has sort of made a comeback. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too. It's funny because I loved Hannah Montana. Like, I thought that was the greatest. And then I hated her for a little while with no real reason. It's just
she was
I'm a
crazy.
Judgy bitch.
She was like,
I don't know.
That 2013 stuff happened.
And then I've slowly come back around. I wouldn't say I'm like a fan, but I respect her, and I respect the fact that she's just doing her thing and she's being herself. And I think that's really cool.
You need to watch her on Joe Rogan.
I did. I did see that one. Yeah,
okay,
that was good.
Perfect. What did you think of it?
I loved it because I liked how she kept referring to her dad as like Stoner Jesus. I thought that was great.
That's awesome. And then he has like a ranch where he just smokes weed there all the time.
Yeah, and then her sister and just
that
her
family. Voice though has
changed a lot.
Changed a lot. I'm not judging it.
Yeah.
But from Hannah Montana to like, I don't know, she sounds, she sounds like a,
It wouldn't even be like raspy. It's just like, and
Yeah,
it's not even deeper. Like it's just it's
she has
different.
because she even said on there, she was like, I got the dart voice. Like it went from smoking darts at parties to like, I was smoking every single day. And now she's got, which is crazy. It typically happens once you're in like your 50s, 30s, or 40s, 50s, where that finally all comes back to you with your cigarette voice. She's like in her 20s still, right? Is she in her 20s or 30s?
Let's find out. I think probably like late 20s, maybe early 30s. But
it sucks
late
because
20s.
It's like she's already got that in her, and
but
there's nothing you can do about it. Like
she's hella successful though,
Oh,
and people really love her voice.
Yes.
Even now, like it's
when
very
she sings,
unique.
it's different, but it's so good. Like
She is 29 years old.
wow, you got it right, late 20s. Wow, yeah.
It's funny because I watched this other TikTok where it's like, I just don't believe that these two people are the same age, and it was like Cardi B and someone else, like Tom Holland, probably not him, but just like these celebrities. It's like, this doesn't sit well with me. Like
it doesn't look the same.
It's not. This is not okay. This is not the America that I was raised in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Speaking of drama, there's so much YouTube drama. I follow this channel that like breaks it down. So I'm sure you've heard. Have you heard with the Shaytards? Like this was like 2 years ago. It was a long time ago. Have you heard of the Shaytards?
Is it a band?
It's like a family vlogging channel.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I watched this when I was like 10. When I was 10, I was obsessed with them. And they're a family vlogging channel. It's like a Mormon family in Utah, and they film their kids. And you sort of like, I watched it all through growing up, and you sort of see their kids grow up with you. And it came out in like 2017 or 18 that, because you look at these people up and you're like, wow, this is the dream family. Like, I wish I had this or anything like that. And then in 2018, I think, Shay cheated on his wife with this Aries. Her name's Aries or something, but she was on Twitter, and she did like these cams, like these webcam, shows and stuff. And he cheated on her, and it all came out. And it's like, damn. So his like wife left him for a year. Now, if you look at them today, they're back together. But obviously, like, you can tell there's still like tension, and they're still trying to get over it. But he made a video after that where he was like in this hotel at this rehab center, and he was just breaking down. He was like, my wife left me. Like, I don't know. It was so sad to see. That it's a good life lesson, you know.
Did you follow the Rick and Morty? At the ends of the episodes, how they have like the family together, and they're sitting on the couch, and then I don't remember which season, but he's like alone. He's like beer cans everywhere and all that. It was like real life, like his wife left him or something, like something crazy. You can watch the ends of the episodes and see the little claymations.
Oh my god, that is so sad.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're back together, but it's really neat how they like reflect the real life, and even just these little end credits, or even in some of the episodes themselves with like Beth and Jerry.
Yeah.
Damn,
that is so sad. I'm telling you, there's so much drama going on these days.
Yeah, and I feel like I used to not really give a shit about celebrity drama, but now I'm like sucked in always.
Exactly.
I'm like, I have
it's
to
like
know everything.
Once you get your first taste of like drama, you're like all sucked in. And you're like, I'm team Jack, or I'm team this, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people with the Sienna situation are on team Jack, but then there's a lot of people on the other side saying like, look at these TikToks, like obviously they had a relationship because they're like in the bathtub, like being romantic and everything. And they even said they were like almost in a relationship, so it looked like they were in like this romantic relationship. And then she came out, she was like, the only time Jack like was romantic to me was when we were recording. It felt like he only wanted me because he was getting a lot more successful when he was with me, because she was already successful. So it was like, it's a fucked up situation.
That is really fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I was in like this program called Explorers, or if this was something I learned in just like safety class in school, but there's a way you can tell if someone's actually passed out or not. Like if they're laying down and you lift up their arm, if it falls like directly on their face, then they're passed out. But naturally, like if you're not unconscious, you're gonna want to avoid hitting your face. So like,
really,
like if you were to lay down and I were to lift your arm up,
yeah,
if it would fall on your face, like you're most likely actually unconscious. But if it like kind of falls to the back or falls forward or something, then it's like that's a tell sign of they're not actually passed out, they're faking it.
But, so even if like your arm's over here and like you
like you're supposed to like
or put it in front of your face,
like you pretend you're laying down, and I like, I'll grab your arm and I'll like let go and drop it. It'll like
drop. Wow,
drop
that is so neat. Damn. I watched this other like psychology breakdown, how to tell someone is lying, and again, this is alleged. I just want to keep saying that. So apparently, if somebody blinks a lot when they're talking, it means they're lying. And if somebody doesn't blink often, they're telling the truth. So they showed Jack Wright's statement video, and he's just like, he never like blinks. He blinks very rarely. And then Sienna May's apology. It wasn't even an apology. She was just defending herself. But she was like, I unequivocally deny any allegations. She's like blinking so much. So people are saying like she is lying and he's telling the truth. But again, who knows?
The Travis Scott thing with his video.
Oh
that
my
was
God. Yes. Did you see the memes that came from that? Where you're like, I'm sorry. Like,
So
shit, my heart goes out to the family. I mean, shit. And he just looked like high as hell. Like he didn't care. But again, I think I talked about that.
It was like your first
My
or second
first episode was when that drama was going on.
Travis Scott needs a
spanking?
I love that. It's like clickbait. Yeah.
That was fucked up though. Speaking of that.
Yeah.
Was,
let's talk more about that.
Yeah, let's talk about Travis Scott. Yeah. Fuck how he reacted to that, because if fans were dying and there's like EMS and they're like waving like stop, and that dude is just like doing the robot dance like as people are dying. So it's kind of fucked up.
Have you been to like a concert? I've only ever been to like Christian concerts or like the like Winter Jam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I've never been to a concert like that.
Yeah.
Or even I would love to go to Coachella one day, but
yes,
those
oh my
tickets are
God,
freaking expensive.
they're so expensive. It's
But
insane.
it would be really cool. It's on my bucket list.
I want to go to some festival.
I want to go this year. They have everyone.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, they have all like Lil Baby. They have Cardi. They have everybody.
Yay.
Yeah, Kanye. Yes.
Yeah, they have like everyone. But shoot, I lost my train of thought.
You were saying, have you ever been to a concert like that?
Yes. And I, as a person in the audience, I feel like it gets very like you can't even hear the person next to you speaking. Like it's like the music's loud, there's vibrations. Yes. It's just like so much going on that it's like, okay, maybe if we give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he didn't hear, but if there was legit bodies surfing, I feel like that's a like, red flag.
Exactly. And there's bodies like all on top of each other, like there's big circles where their bodies are just on top of it. Like that's a big telltale sign, like, hey, something's going wrong, maybe. Yeah. And then you have people behind them saying, stop the music, stop the music.
People like running up on stage.
Yes.
And like,
and the most annoying thing is whenever there's one where he was like on top of the crowd and one of them took a shoe and he was like, stop the music, and he was like pointing him out. That shows he had the power, but he was saying, I didn't have the power to stop. Bitch, come on. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I was seeing some comments like the day after it all happened, and there was like, no one's gonna talk about Drake, no one's gonna say anything about Drake there. And then I feel like Drake kind of got like the easy way out, and the spotlight was totally on Travis Scott.
Did you hear what happened to like Drake's controversy?
Please tell me.
Okay, so trigger warning, graphic sex. So this is what happened. Yeah. So okay, he was fucking this model, right? He finishes, takes his condom off, pours sriracha in it. Now, this comes out saying the model, it came out saying, okay, so they're fucking, he left. The model was trying to have his baby. So she picked up the condom, trying like to, do stuff with it to get her pregnant. So that way she could have like a head over Drake. He was so smart. I'm thinking, how did this dude even know? So apparently sriracha and like hot sauce kill sperm. He poured it in his condom. And she couldn't like get pregnant.
Fascinating.
I don't know how that came out, but it was like, I didn't even know how to respond to it. It's like, that's disgusting, but at the same time, really smart. Like, he must have been in a situation like that before, knowing. And then all the memes come out with it, with like, all right, I'm ready, and then it's like Durex, and then like a sriracha, like hot tobacco sauce.
That's crazy.
It's gross.
Did she know that the sriracha was in there and she still tried to do stuff
No,
with
because it was like red and stuff. So she was like, was he coming blood? Like, I don't even know, because she's the one who said it. So why would she come out saying like she was trying to do this? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Like, that's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, and she was doing it obviously to like get something over Drake's head. Trying to
people
like,
do anything
child support.
for some clout and some money.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, damn, bitch, stay in your lane. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's up with that? But I don't know. People are crazy.
Yeah.
Still feels like we're in 2020. It's like
So I went to I went to my former workplace today just to kind of get out of the house. And then I ran into someone that brought me my food was like, "Oh my God, hey, how are you?" And
so this was.
Sorry, everyone. I don't want
Sorry, we don't want to get sued by our former workplace.
But yeah, that was neat. I don't also remember where I was going with that.
You saw Nate?
I did. I'm drawing a blank. It'll come back to me later.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I feel like it was relevant to this conversation, but it's not anymore. I don't remember.
Did he pour Tabasco in your?
No, I don't know. I don't know why I brought that up. I really don't.
No, but that's interesting.
Who knows?
That really is
Fucking
interesting.
knows.
Speaking of which, I work at a different place that is in the same chain as where we used to work. And I put in my 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of a protest. So this place I work at
Mm-hmm.
is no longer... Okay, you'll understand this because when you're breading, and I'm not going to say where, but there's a lot of places you can bread. When you're breading, they made a new rule that you can only use 5 coders during your entire shift to save on money. And this is what made me put in my 2 weeks the day after it happened. No break food at all. You have to pay for your break food. Even directors don't get break food.
And that's a changed rule? Like they used to give you free food?
Oh, yeah. They used to give you like a $7 allowance to get any food you want. And then now, to save money, no break
Why
food.
do they need to save money? Don't they make like millions of dollars?
That's a $6 million store. And you can't feed your employees that work super hard to give you all your money. And I talked to a higher up who was
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yo, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. I was like, well, what is going on? And she even said like the owner was money hungry. She was like, he's a very greedy person. So I'm not gonna comment on that.
Mm-hmm.
Agree or disagree. It's just, it's not the place for me anymore.
Yep.
I don't want to support somewhere like that, but
Mm-hmm.
it happens. And I'm going to a place where they feed you and you can make your own food.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're late, you can still eat.
It's a bit more upscale too. It's
yeah,
fun.
It's a fun place. Their goal is to make work fun. I told you that in the orientation. Their main goal is to make sure their employees are having fun. And it's like, that's the last thing that, former workplace was trying to do.
How do they do with hours? Like, do you get to make your own schedule pretty much, or do you have to meet a certain amount of
No,
time?
it depends on if you're full time, you have to work over 36 hours. But if you're part time, you can work one. Because there are some people there that work like 1 day a week, like one Saturday. So you can if you're part time, you can just do whatever you want. So I'm going back as a waiter this time, and I'm gonna work from like 9 to 2 or 10 to 3 or something like that. And then they let me have Saturday and Sunday off all the time. All the time. It wasn't required. So I'm
Wow.
like, damn, this place rocks.
I'll bet though that the people that do work those days make bank.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're a waiter. I heard, because I would talk to somebody who was a waiter there or a waitress. She said there's some nights where she'd make $200, $300 a night.
I could believe it because every time we go, we end up spending so much freaking money. But it's great. Like the food is delicious. But we always are
expensive.
like, we have to set aside this amount of money because we know it's going to be
Which
expensive.
is crazy. The money costs a lot to make at former workplace. It does not. Like, come on, you're spending 5 cents on this, and then
and there's an allowance too with them too. Like corporate gives you an allowance of so much stuff.
Exactly. So it makes absolutely no sense why you can't feed the people that work really hard. But here, the food's even way more expensive to make. And you can make your own food. You can make a special thing that's not even on the menu. You use whatever you want, and it's like I was able to get like four tacos for free. That shit was expensive.
What about for legal adults? What about drinks? Are you allowed to have drinks after your shift? Of course. You're like, not even.
Yeah. So I don't want to, for health regulations, I'm going to say after shift only. But yeah, you don't have to. They give you 3 drinks after shift. If you're over 21. when I went to a tequila class, I was really hoping I would be able to like get it because everybody was learning tequila and how it's made and a guava and all that stuff. And it was really interesting, but they would come up with like this shots of tequila and they would go to each table. Hey, can I see your ID? Hey, are you 21? Hey, are you 21? And damn, they got me. I wasn't 21. So I'm like, damn, that sucks. I could go to war, but I can't get no damn tequila.
What is
Shit
this?
don't make no sense. But you live and you learn. So it's a fun place to work. It is.
I'm very interested. I love my job now and I'm not quitting.
Yeah.
But maybe as like a side hustle or something. If if you're like, since you said you can work just one day a week, because my schedule, is different because like my schedule with my daughter and then her going to her dad's and stuff. Like I would love to have. I really want to pursue my art, but I'm also that's such a. Sometimes you make money, sometimes you don't. And I've not really learned how to.
Have you put it up on like Etsy yet?
No, I really would like to make a website that. But I feel like I need to have more product to sell. Like I feel like right now I'm still, trying to find my style. Like I don't know. Like I know I can draw stuff. Like I know what I can do. But whenever I finish it, I'm never like. It's not even that I'm not proud of it, but I'm like, this doesn't feel like it has like my touch to it.
Yeah,
like, at least not for me. Like other people might say so. And my brother's tried to commission me for some work, but I've not done it yet. He's like, I want your style of this. And I'm like, I don't know what my style is. I'm still figuring it out.
It doesn't like even that. Like I would pay for that. And I said even that, but like that I would pay for. And I got it for free. Legit, there's Shopify that you can create like for free, a free account, and people buy it and shit. Or
Shopify,
Etsy.
sorry, I'm not being neglectful.
No, it's okay. I'm saying like on your Instagram, because your Instagram is a good way to market what you're creating. And if you put like an Etsy shop in your bio, like shit, people would definitely shop there.
I've gotten really into making ornaments, like wood slice ornaments.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have.
No, it's okay.
I made a burner account just for the hell of it.
For memes or.
Yeah, I don't know. I've literally not done anything with it. I was like, I get in these like mindsets where I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like totally balls to the wall. Like, if this is it, this is happening, and then like the next day I'll forget that I started it, or like I'm not passionate anymore, and I'm like, this is dead to me.
Yes.
But yeah, these are some of the ornaments I made. This is the mural that's downtown Spartanburg. That's a front and back of one, and then that's the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, because I've got a coworker that really loves Jeffree Star. This was for the alcoholic in our group. This was for a coworker whose son is a police officer, and then she became a Nana last year, 2 years ago, and that was my little alcohol jar that I made, which is really cool. I really liked it.
That is dope.
And then that's just food. But yeah, I've really enjoyed doing the ornaments, and I like it because it's got the wood, and I get to totally customize it. I get to pick whatever string I want. I get to design it how I want.
Let me get your ornament real quick. Entertain.
Okay. Have you taken the cube test before? If not, you should look it up. It's like a personality thing, and this lady will be like, hey, I'm going to give you this scenario, and you're going to, whatever's the first thing that comes to mind, just go with it. Just go with it. And she's like, okay, imagine that you're in the woods and you see a cube. What color is the cube? How big is the cube? How far away are you from the cube? Okay. And then next, she's like, okay, now there's a ladder. How close is the ladder to the cube? Is the ladder leaning on the cube? Is it blah, 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 all these questions. And then she's like, and then there's a horse. And, the horse will come into the setting and describe the horse, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of it, she'll be like, okay, how big the box is, and I'm not doing this justice, I don't remember the exact stuff, but she's like, however big the box is how you perceive yourself, like your ego or whatever. And then whatever the box is made out of, / if you can see through it or not, is how transparent you are with the world or with whoever.
It's an ornament she made. Show the camera.
I didn't. Can I have this back and fix it up and then?
No, yeah, of course.
It says it's an office quote.
Cheer
of course.
or feel. Bears Nicola is here.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You gave that to me. Was it? I remember you bought me a Red Bull, which was so sweet. It was a work day, and we both were there at like 5 a.m. It was so sweet. So sweet.
I do. Oh, maybe this is what I was trying to say earlier. But when I talked to a previous coworker, when I visited my previous place of work, they were like, I miss you. I miss working with you. And I'm like, honestly, I do miss it from time to time. And there's like, obviously, like I spoke about last time, my best friendships were made there. And but there's a lot that I don't miss also. Yeah. And then I'm reminded of that every time I go.
I think we would both agree. We don't miss the work or some of the work politics I was there. Mm-hmm. But like the day I put in my 2 weeks notice, which was like after you, and then I quit. My last day there, I was like hugging everybody and leaving. On the car ride back, I was like crying. And I'm pretty sure I told you this because it was sort of like a montage of like looking at you through like the shoots and stuff and joking, and it's like that was the best part of the day, and then we would just be stupid, and then during your 2 weeks we were like so stupid and just,
oh my god, it was the best.
It was so much fun, and it was like we were rebelling against, sticking it against the man.
It was, my 2 weeks was awkward a bit for me, like I'm still sound in my decision, but I had no idea what I was going to do afterward, because I honestly didn't think it would come to that. Like I wanted to stay and I wanted to make it work, but I just felt like
they were not treating
that was
you
not
right.
being reciprocated.
Oh no, at all. Not at all.
So I was like, okay, well, it's definitely my time to go then. And I had a bunch of projects that I had started, as far as like, just updating things or like changing certain procedures or whatnot, and really trying to grow the business and make it better and more efficient. And then I felt like I felt bad not finishing it, and I asked my my director, I was like, hey, what are some things that you would like for me to finish before I leave? And then he was like, okay, this, and I was like, okay. And I did my best to finish it. It was probably not intentionally half-assed, but probably not the best it could have been.
Right.
And so I don't know. And I've only been back. I've not been back since you've been allowed to go inside, but I've been through the drive-thru a couple of times, and it's interesting being the customer versus the one in the window.
And that's the thing I wish guests would understand is that the end product that you see when you get there is so much different than the way it is inside and when you work there. Because if people knew how that place actually ran, and especially the place I work at, they would not support it. And that's why because this place is really turning into where we worked, bad.
So sad.
Yeah, it is.
Really is sad, because we really do want the best for everyone, and we really have no ill will towards
animosity
anyone.
Towards anyone or anything like that. But after like what happened, and after like the micromanagement, when they come back and they're like, hey, why is this, like they look for the littlest reasons to pick on you. That's like, after I leave this, I don't want to support any, like I don't ever want to go back to that store and like purchase anything there. And that's why, like, on my breaks, I'm so petty. On my breaks, we have a Taco Bell across the street, and I refuse to spend any money at my place. I will go across the street and eat Taco Bell for my break food. I'm like, fuck this place. Like, it's so...
I used to love going to Wendy's. Whenever Wendy's first released their breakfast, I was like,
oh my god. I remember when we had the fucking, what's it called? It's like the butter biscuit, like the honey butter biscuit.
Oh, yeah, the chicken.
So good.
Yeah.
It was,
which I'm surprised you ate, because no shade, but you're a pretty picky eater.
Yeah, I'm a pretty picky,
Pretty picky.
But it was good. And I know I'm not that picky. I'll eat biscuits. All I had was like honey, and
it's like a honey butter glaze, I guess, like you would get on like the chicken minis at Chick-fil-A or something. But it's like
not a little bitch.
biscuit.
I'll eat that, of course. That's sugar.
Yeah, but they're a breakfast baconator.
Oh my god.
And I had a coworker, shout out JT,
shout out JT,
that would go whenever I wasn't really able to leave the store. He'd go for me and pick up some food, and he was king, absolute king.
What a good man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amazing brother.
Amazing. Oh yeah. A great support to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, I believe that's it for this episode. Thank you everybody for, joining, and thank you for joining on episode 6-9.
6-9.
Well, 9, but get the gist. So yeah, thank you, Lauren, for coming here today.
John Wilson.
Of course. So thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to have a good week, and yeah.
Yeah, we really need like a sign off thing, like.
Yeah, we don't have like a trademark. I think I said last time like keep fucking or something like that.
Probably. Shoot, man. I feel like I had a really great idea for this, and then I just don't know right now. I really.
No, it's okay.
I'm at a loss.
It's okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you next time.
Bye.